Hi Lisa, thanks for reaching out to us for our services. My name is Connor and this is Artie. We've taken a look at your case and have identified 3 management competency areas that we recommend you work towards improving. These areas are self-awareness, communication and conflict management. We're going to take you through these management competencies with some problems we identified in your case and an achievable action plan to put in place to improve on these competencies.
First of all, self-awareness. We found that in your case, you rarely shared how you felt with others, and as a result often made assumptions about why some of your negative situations you were in were occurring. Also, you were very shocked after your performance review with your manager Lyndon. If you were seeking feedback more regularly, the gap between Lyndon's perception of you and your own perception of yourself wouldn't be as large.
Our recommendation for improving your self-awareness is as follows. In the short term, we recommend the Johari window technique as a means to better understand your relationship with yourselves and others and to improve your self-awareness. You should focus on developing the blind area of the Johari window. We recommend that you seek feedback from not only your direct managers, but also people in different teams, departments, or higher up in the hierarchy. Over time, this will bridge the gap between your self-perception and how others perceive you. We also think you would find it useful to self-reflect on a daily basis. For example, when Lyndon gave you your performance review, you were disappointed that she wasn't seeing things from your perspective. You might find it more beneficial if you were to spend some time thinking about why Lyndon was feeling that way and how you could work towards changing the way she views you. We'd also recommend sharing your thoughts with your friends and family. Not only does it help take away some of the pressure, but it's also always good to get an unbiased opinion.
Moving on, the next one is communication. In your case, we found that there were some instances where you refrained from communicating effectively with Lyndon and Scofield. When Lyndon dismissed you and you felt like she wasn't giving you enough of her time, you kept those thoughts to yourself. You also held back in meetings because you thought you needed more experience, but didn't discuss your thoughts about this with Lyndon and Scofield. Over time, your frustrations built up, and unfortunately, there were instances where you raised your voice or used dismissive language to Scofield and Lyndon, without focusing on a positive resolution which had a negative impact on your relationship.
In the short term, we would recommend following the 4-dimension framework by Friedman to improve on your communication skills. This framework involves communicating using a balance of 4 key facets: factual information, emotional appeal, relationships, and self-revelation. This would enable you to communicate more deeply with Lyndon and Scoville, with you being able to more easily encode messages accurately. Also, particularly in regards to Scoville, we would always recommend a problem-oriented rather than a person-oriented approach to communication. What we mean by that is focus on finding a solution to the problem at hand, rather than focusing on your frustrations of the personality of the person you are talking to. Always take the time to calmly have a conversation with someone and do your best to control having an emotionally fueled response. In the long term, we would recommend trying to build stronger relationships with Lyndon and Scoville, as a strong relationship would positively impact your daily communication with them in the workplace.
Lastly, conflict management. Conflict management is always crucial for successful teamwork. People involved in conflict should always focus on controlling mood and expressing disagreement in a reasonable fashion, always seeking additional information to properly understand all perspectives involved. We understand from your case that in some conflict with Scofield and Lyndon, you fail to control your temper, explaining reasons angrily and impatiently. You fail to separate your feelings from the situation to properly understand the underlying causes of the issue. Emotional intelligence is a key to conflict management, enabling one to perceive, understand, and manage emotions. We strongly recommend improving on these skills.
We recommend that you try to always maintain a calm demeanor, especially in a disagreement. We also recommend that you have more conversations, formal and informal, with your direct managers and also other colleagues. Practice active listening. Try to bridge any knowledge gaps that you have about your workplace. Acknowledge that there's always room to improve and to learn, and that you don't always have the solution to every problem, but have to work with others to figure it out together. Adopt this mindset and you'll find that you have a more collaborative approach to conflict management, which will work to your advantage. In the long term, we recommend some more formal steps to improving your conflict management style. Firstly, start documenting your difficult interactions. Analyze these situations to identify the causes, then prepare an improvement plan. Implement the plan and assess it, making changes as you continue to work on your conflict management skills.
That's all we have time for, Lisa, but all the best with improving your management competencies. If you follow our recommendations, you're sure to see an improvement in the near future. Thank you.